Do you have a dirty little secret? Welcome to the club.
And you're all invited.
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
We're handing out memberships, free of charge.
Step up to the VIP line and let Dayna and Brimstone take you on a weekly ride of secrets and debauchery.
Now buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get heated on the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Dirty Little Secrets Club. We are your hosts,
Dayna, Pereira,
and Brimstone, and it's going to be another epic episode. Why? Because, you know, it always is. And listen, Dayna, why don't you tell them the first little secret of the Dirty Little Secrets Club?
Oh, the first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is to tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, I'm super excited to see your face. It's been a week, you know, because you've been away. And I heard that you had a little bit of a something trip. So I guess, you know, our listeners are going to want to know your dirty little secret of why it was such a massively awful time.
I got to be honest, I'm so happy to be home. I've never loved my house more than I do in this moment. We went to Cancun for 8 days, and my husband, to save a pretty penny, since, you know, we have 6 of us going,
Right.
had us fly out of the Tijuana airport on a Mexican flight, which it was fine, but it was a red eye. The first plane that we got on looked like it flew in from 1970. And it was like dirty, and I was like horrified. This woman in front of me takes a cloth and she wipes down the seat, and then she holds it up, and the whole thing is black. And I was like, I hate you. What did you do to us? Like, I was so mad. So then we finally get to Cancun after a whole night on airplanes of children crying.
No.
My daughter gets motion sickness on the bus. And pukes everywhere.
No, I feel so bad for you already. And we haven't even gotten into the first day. Like,
oh my God.
Seriously.
This was just on the way to the resort. She pukes everywhere. And immediately, my dumbass, I'm like, oh no, they're going to think she has COVID. So I'm trying to cover up all of this puke. So I'm wiping her down. I take off my sweatshirt. I'm wiping up the floor. I'm like, she is covered in puke. We put a jacket on her. I'm like, everybody shut up. She didn't puke. Because I didn't want them to think that she had COVID. So we get to the resort. It takes like 4 hours to check in even and get her up to the room to get her a bath. She's fine, by the way. She just got a little motion sickness. She hadn't really eaten anything. She hadn't slept at all. So that was day 1.
Day 1, okay.
Day 2, my period attacked me like I owed it money. It was
Beat the snot out of you like Rocky Balboa, huh?
My God, it was miserable.
Right in the breadbasket.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So, and we have a little fun. They have like these cute little lagoons. They have these parks that you can go to, and you can like swim in these rivers and stuff like that under the caves and everything. Okay. We do that on day 3. There's bats hanging upside down in these caves, and we're swimming in this river underneath them, and I'm freaked the fuck out. Yes. Yeah, right there. So day 4, I end up with the worst UTI I've ever had in my life.
Oh, no.
I have to go to the doctor on site at this hotel and get antibiotics. I couldn't sleep. It like traveled to my back. I was like miserable. Day 5, my son goes, my tummy hurts.
Oh, no.
And he ends up with a fever. Back to the doctor we go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He has a stomach infection.
And this is all from the water, probably.
All from the water. Yep. My other son, he's like, oh, my throat's a little sore. And then we get on the plane to come back.
Oh, no.
He throws up into a bag on the plane on our way back. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This isn't a vacation.
Can't get away from puke.
Oh my God.
Get away from puke.
So anyways, then I start really freaking out that everyone has COVID and I just put everyone on an airplane and I'm killing everybody left and right.
No, no.
That
Listen,
oh,
you do realize that the puking and COVID are not, one and the same. Usually,
well, I didn't realize.
okay. Just so you can relax. Puking is pretty much something completely different. Usually, it would be a lot more with the coughing and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, well,
so
he was doing that too,
well,
but
that's not good.
we took a COVID test and everyone's fine. So I
Okay,
feel a
good.
lot better now. I didn't kill anybody. If anybody dies from those flights in Mexico, it wasn't my
It's
fault.
not
It's
your fault.
somebody
Okay.
else.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Otherwise, Dirty Little Secrets Club number 203, we're gonna be like, by the way, remember that flight that I took?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard about a couple of things. Oh wow. That's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
So that sounds like the most amazing vacation ever.
It
It's like
I got home.
seriously.
I laid in my backyard. I watched the sunset. I had a glass of wine and I was like, why did I ever leave here?
Yeah,
I
it's
never.
like I would have been happy just sitting at home and enjoying myself. I would have gotten to
Oh,
see Brim. It would have been so much better. See,
so
there you
much
go.
better.
There
So
you go.
much better. Yeah, it was a nightmare trip.
Oh my lord. So my worst trip. Well, not by myself. By myself, my worst trip ever was when I was touring and I did an event in Colorado, which is a reason why, even though Colorado is beautiful, it's one of my least favorite cities in the country.
Yeah.
But what do you call it? But my the worst thing was when my older daughter had just finished school. She graduated. I think it had to be middle school. I don't remember if it was middle school or elementary, so long ago at this point. And what do you call it? She, like, our kids are very clean.
Mhm.
And what do you call it? We also have a very long hair family. Well, we did. My son cut his hair a few years back, but we have a long hair family. So at the end of the day, at the last day of school, or the two last days of school, a couple of the parents, apparently there was an issue with lice, and they sent their kids into school and didn't give it. They gave no fucks.
Yeah.
Basically, sent their kids
Yeah.
into school like bad parents. And what do you call what happens is one of them apparently laid their head on my daughter. So guess who wound up getting lice when we were
Uh-huh.
in Florida? So we wound up we were at the Epcot. I think it was Epcot. It's either Epcot or Magic. I don't remember. One of them. I think
Yeah.
no, 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 no. It was MGM, whatever they call it now. I don't know, but MGM Studios at the time. And what do you call it? We wound up having to, we saw, on Dylan his head. What do you call it? Like, Danielle saw a bug go across. She's like, "Oh my God, no!" So we wound up going in. We had to, all four of us, because that was before Haley was born. All four of us in the, what do you call it? The um uh in the Magic Kingdom, because we didn't even check into our hotel yet. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my
we had to
God.
leave and come back with this stuff from CVS and go through all of our heads to make sure that we were all
Ah,
good. Can you imagine? Can you
that
imagine?
lice is the worst. I hate lice.
I've never in my life had that issue. But the thing is that lice, they're attracted to clean hair. So you
Uh-huh.
would think that, all right, well, that's a dirty. No, it's actually because your hair is clean. They like nice, clean places. But I
Yeah.
swear to God, like, if I ever find out who it was, so that's their dirty little secret
Yeah.
from their kid. That's why I said this. But what do you call this is what I want to ask, if anybody out there, since Dana had an awful experience, what do you call it? And then, her dirty little secret of being afraid that people were going to think that her kids had COVID. What do you
Yeah.
call it? And then myself, where, what do you call it? We had the issue where somebody sent their kid to school just because they didn't want to have to bother with the kid with lice, and
Uh-huh.
they, not caring about anybody else. What is your dirty little secret in terms of trips, vacations? We're coming into the summer, right? What's your
Yeah.
dirty little secret? Did you do something on vacation? Did something happen? Did you send your kid to school where you shouldn't have and screwed up someone else's vacation? Throw us some dirty little secrets in terms of that type of stuff. So this way, moving
Yeah.
forward, we can have some fun with that.
Give us the travel dirt.
The travel dirt, right? That sounds like an interesting thing. Why not turn a bad experience into something, positive, right?
Entertaining.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So, what do you call it? All right. So, do you want to get started on this? We
Let's
have a
go.
lot.
Let's
We have a lot.
roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to go first? Or you gonna go first?
I'll read the first one.
Okay.
It says, my East Coast friend found out her husband was having an affair, so she did revenge bathroom stall sexting with me while her spouse entertained business guests at a fancy restaurant.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Um. Wow. Re- Seriously?
So, I mean, bathroom stall sexting, ew. You were in a public restroom and you were, getting yourself off by sexting. I don't even know who gets off with sexting. That's not my jam.
No. Well, but what about? See, no. Okay. So now, what's funny is that when I read this before you read it, I was like, oh God, okay, this person was banging someone in the bathroom stall. You know what I mean? But apparently, that's not the case. It was just sexting, which. I mean, okay, so this is a friend. This is a friend of yours that was doing this, like with you. That's just so weird. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. First of all, like, yeah, like what sexting? I don't understand the whole.
I've
Listen,
I've never understood phone sex or sexting. Like that's to me, I'm like, meh.
well, you've never been away from your spouse for long periods of time, though. Then
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
true. Yeah.
So when you're away, you're like, I'm gone for weeks at a clip. Sometimes, never hurts to have a little, romance over the phone or whichever way you can have it, right? So
Yeah, but how do
that's
you even do that? You're like, are you touching yourself right
yeah.
now?
You have to pretend, my love. You have to pretend. You have to just see things the way they may be and just go with it and enjoy it for the way it is. But look, it's the same thing as if you're diddling yourself. It's just
Yeah.
you're doing it with somebody else.
Okay.
This just is a little weird because you're like, all right, well, I'm doing it with a friend of mine, and like, look, if her spouse was having an affair, then that's wrong, and I can appreciate what where she's coming from, but she should have essentially had a conversation with the spouse, and then without why you're doing revenge stuff, why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I
See,
get it, but I don't know.
people always have to go for that revenge thing because and it never feels as good as you think it's going to. Like you're always like, "Oh, I'm going to get you back by doing this." And then, it's anticlimactic. Or maybe for her, she was able
Yeah.
to climax after all.
Wow. I mean, well, maybe she wasn't getting taken care of at home, or maybe she wasn't taking care of him at home. Who knows? I mean, regardless, you guys did it. Now, here's my question. Now, are you still wait, well, hold on a minute.
Uh-huh.
So she was with oh wait,
She was still with him.
she's still with him, but she was with him with business guests at a fancy restaurant, and she was finger banging herself in the bathroom while the business. Oh man, that's even wow. Wait, now what? Now here's my question. I mean, so one, that's crazy that they're still together, but two, what do you call it? Now, what would have happened if one of the business associates would have come in? Would she have, jumped on that one and just, revenge fucked that one? Like I'm kind of, I'm wondering what the hell, what? Wow.
See,
Okay.
you're wondering that. And I'm like, God, I hope she washed her hands.
Not me. She's been like, so
Yeah.
how's it been? You know what I mean? Like just right up to the one of the other people. Just so how was the meeting? Wow. Okay. All right. I see you, mama.
Uh,
All right. All right. Do you have anything to say about that? I'm just kind of, yeah.
No, hand sanitizer. Don't forget, we're still kind of in a pandemic. Hand sanitizer and wash your hands, folks, especially after you finger bang yourself in a bathroom stall.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Just adds a little extra spice to the meal. Just a little extra sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like, take it back just right into your salad.
Like Emerald, bam.
All right, let's go to the next one. I got circumcised and didn't tell any of my family or friends. My family was then all wondering why I got my son circumcised, as our family doesn't normally do that. Okay, fair enough. Honestly, listen, I'm circumcised. It happened to me because I'm Jewish and I had a bris.
Uh,
But at the end of the day, no offense to my uncircumcised brothers, but a circumcised penis is a hell of a lot more attractive than than an uncircumcised penis. You know what I mean? It's also more cleanly, and there's no reason that you should be ashamed of that. I think that that's a wonderful thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting though. So, as a mom of boys, I got my first two sons circumcised, and it was like the most awful thing ever to like hear them scream when they're cutting their penis off.
Yes.
And then having to do like the aftercare with like the Vaseline and all of
Yeah.
that stuff. It was terrible.
Yes.
And then I met my husband, and my husband is not circumcised.
Okay.
And I have never seen one of those before.
It's like a sock.
And so I'm about to do some hand motions here. Whenever we first got together, I would go wintertime, summertime, wintertime, summertime.
Well, that's kind of what you're supposed to do anyway when but I'm just kidding. Really? That's crazy.
Oh yeah. But whenever
Uh,
it grows, it grows out of its turtleneck. So you can't even tell whenever it's hard that he was uncircumcised.
right.
But so my son, my last one, my baby boy, I was like, I'm not doing that again. I'm not putting myself through the excruciation of like hearing him scream when I have a husband that's totally fine, uncircumcised. So I
Yeah,
didn't circumcise my last one.
yeah. People, listen. Not everybody has to do it. And I mean, with me, it's religion, but two, it's also like, they it's to each their own. I mean, me
Yeah.
personally, I mean, I would rather have it, when you're a baby and you'll never remember it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because they don't remember it. It's
Not at all.
brief and you'll never remember it. But what do you call it in terms of when you get older? It's just you have to make sure it's very well taken care of. That's it. And I
Yeah.
have a couple of friends that are not circumcised, and and it was funny because I'm like, all right, well, you need to put that thing away, and like you need to, I've,
Yeah.
in what do you call it, things that I've heard of, and just like, all right, I don't, and seen, I just, yeah, in locker rooms, man, you've seen the gnarliest of things. And I'm just like, I don't know what the hell that is between your legs, bro, but I don't ever want to see it again.
Man,
And yeah,
I've definitely seen some that look nasty, like gnarly looking
right,
uncircumcised. They look like little
right.
mole rats.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like not that penises are attractive necessarily anyway, but
Yeah.
like it just, and I'm not knocking anybody who's uncircumcised. It's just, like at the end of the day, it's like nicer and cleaner, and like it looks like, it looks like a penis.
Yeah, yeah. Well, luckily my husband doesn't look terrible whenever he's just hanging out. He doesn't look like one of those mole rats, so that's good. I guess he
That's a
got
good
lucky
thing.
in that way.
Yeah. And I guess it's different for everybody, but I know a lot of people over the years that they've gotten infected and
Uh-huh.
infections because if they're not getting in, see that I
Cleaning
don't
it.
understand, and like
Yeah.
I've never seen one up close. Like from a distance, that's bad enough.
You've
It's
never
like I don't
done wintertime, summertime? Winter.
know. No. So myself maybe, but no. So weird. Yeah. No, what do you call it? Yeah, no, I very, very reluctantly have to have seen, some of my friends undressed over the years, whether it's in locker rooms or what do you call it? It's fun time events. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying? And
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean? Like things have occurred. I've been around. I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of things.
I've seen some
So
shit.
I can tell you that it's not necessarily for me, I'm glad that I was taken care of. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Uh,
It's a very interesting conversation there. Anyway, anything else we want to talk about on that?
Well, yeah, it's just interesting also that he was afraid to tell his parents. I wonder if that's a religious thing that
Yeah.
they weren't allowed to get circumcised.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
why most, not most, but a lot of I think it's like, maybe is it Roman Catholic? I don't remember. I could be wrong, but there's like certain religions that you're not supposed to. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Huh.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I could be wrong, but yeah, I
Hmm.
don't know.
So this one here that I have says, I hit a significant lottery jackpot and didn't tell anyone. I'm a
Oh,
single woman with grown kids and didn't want my family and friends asking me to pay their bills. It wasn't millions of dollars, but it was enough to let me live comfortably and take some trips I've been wanting to go on. I still work, so when my family and friends ask how I'm affording something, I just tell them I got a little raise or I found a good deal. I'm happy to help people when I can, but unfortunately, my family would take advantage.
Wow. Well, first and foremost, I'm so sorry that you feel the need to have to do that, and I'm so sorry that you have people that would take advantage. That's a
Yeah.
shame, and
Yeah.
I am so sorry for that. If you want, give me a call. I'll be your friend. You can take care of my bills. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. What do you call it? No, but
My
I am
Venmo
serious.
is.
My Venmo is, if you want to make a little deposit to the Dirty Little Secrets Club, we're more than willing to have you. No, but seriously, no, we listen. I feel awful that you feel that you need to hide that from people, but I completely understand it. That's the thing. Crazy enough, because when you're in the public eye, everybody and their mother is trying to come at you thinking that you're making millions of dollars and saying, oh, because the internet said, all right, well, Brim is worth a couple mil, you know what I mean? Now all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
oh, well, well, can you take care of this? Can you take care of that? Well, first of all, I'm not worth a couple mil. That's first and foremost. Second of all, even if I was, I'm not taking care of your bills. I'm not loaning you money. But what do you call that being said? Again, it's really sad that you feel that your family would take advantage of you like that. So I'm sorry to hear about that. We could always go on a vacation together and we can talk this out. You can take care of Dayna and I. Dayna had an awful experience. I'm just kidding again, but
I need another vacation, please.
yes, not to Cancun with guano.
Not to Cancun.
Guano bat droppings. No. But that's awesome. Lottery jackpot. Freaking hell yeah, man. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
So I find it exciting, but also I totally understand because I feel like I would do the same thing. If I ever hit a significant jackpot, I think my fucking lips would be sealed. I don't think I'm telling anybody about that. Well, another reason why is because people start to treat you differently whenever you have money, you know?
yes, that's the case. I mean, people seem to think, and it's not everybody, but a lot of people seem to think that when you have a little bit of money, I want a little bit of money, or maybe you can hook me up a little bit, or
Uh-huh.
expect somebody else to grab the bill. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I know how it is, and I know firsthand. Not that I've won the lottery, which I wish I would have, but I
Yeah.
haven't. But at the end of the day, as when I started getting, rising in the industry, I've had people that have come around and like, oh, I've got this new business I wanted to talk to you about, blah 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 blah. I'm like, right, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Oh, I got a new product. I'd love to sit and have you get behind, like, right, well,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like so many different things. Or, hey, I was wondering if you could loan me a couple of bucks. Listen, man, got it. I get it. I get it. But, leave people alone. You know what I'm saying? If ever the person who's in that position says, hey, is there something I could do to help you out? Then that's when you take the opportunity to speak to them about it. But other
Right.
than that, you don't outwardly, you know what I mean, just hit people up like that. It's just gross.
Yeah. Like who just comes out of the woodwork with their hands out? Like, here we go. Hi, hey, I heard that you
So
have
many
some
people.
successes.
So many people. It's so scary. It's true though. It really is. But I don't know. You and I should win the lotteries and not tell anyone. I want to
Uh,
win a lottery.
You know what? I'm down for that plan. I like that plan.
And
Excuse
then
lottery gods.
there
We
you
would
go.
like to hit the lottery, please.
Please. It would be nice. I'd appreciate it. Okay, let's move along. We're done with lottery.
We're done with lottery.
We hit the lotto with this show. That's what
That's
I'm
right.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Bam. Bam. Wait.
Bam.
Bam. I gotta throw the stuff in. Bam. East, west, north, south. What was it? Up, down, left, right, side to side, boom. Okay. Right, left, jizz all over the place. Okay.
Yeah.
I love married women in their 50s to late 60s. They love to just hook up, be themselves, and get away from everything back home for the weekend. It's a crazy and amazing time. So, okay, so this guy is going and hanging out with women that are in their 50s to 60s and banging them, and then that being, then be done. And what do you call it? So, I mean, look, man, that's bro code. You're not supposed to be messing with other people's women. That's first and
Mm-hmm.
foremost. But, what does that say about these women? You know what I mean? I loosey goosey, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah. I mean, We get so many of these ones because most people's dirty little secrets have to do with infidelity.
Yeah.
And I mean, good for him. I mean, you like women in their 50s and 60s. You know that there are women in their 50s and 60s that aren't married. Did you know that?
Yeah. Well, look, poor Aunt Pearl. You know what I'm saying? She
Poor
was,
Aunt
she
Pearl
was,
could have used a diddle.
she could have used the diddle, and she would have been happy to be in that bathroom stall with that other woman. You know what I mean? Should have been like, here, at least show me some love. You know what I mean? Like, poor
Poor
Aunt
Aunt
Pearl.
Pearl would have had a
Poor
heart
Aunt.
attack and died right there in that bathroom stall.
What is this? It's an orgasm.
Yeah.
You know, like, come on, man. All right. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I love marriage. So, 50s and 60s, man. Why do they have to be married women, though? Can't you just
Exactly.
find some cougars that are not married? You know what I
There's
mean? Like,
lots of them out there.
I don't know, man. Like, look, I'm not hating, 50s and 60s. Listen, women are women. Women are beautiful. You know what I mean? Beautiful creatures, just like men, and what do you call it? Well, no, men are ugly. But that's besides the point. But women are still beautiful creatures, even the older that they get. So, like, I see, here's what I'm thinking is that these women that are having these issues, or these women that are cheating on their husbands with this guy, they probably are not getting the attention at home anymore. Maybe their husbands don't pay them any mind, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe they just don't feel attractive anymore because their husbands are not paying attention. And maybe they're just, that's the thing. Maybe they're like, all right, well, I'm gonna go and hook up with this dude. You know what I mean? Because he's making me feel good. But like,
Right.
but
I
then leave your husband. You know what I mean?
I feel like you may have uncovered something. It kind of like did a ding 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 kind of thing for me because women, as they get older, they start to lose the confidence in themselves. So when
Yeah.
somebody's paying them a little bit more attention when they're in that age
Hmm.
bracket, they're starting to feel a little sexy about themselves. They kind of like throw everything else away and kind of go into that moment because,
Yeah.
oh, somebody's paying attention to me and I feel
Right.
good about it.
Right, right. But I mean, and the husbands, some of them as they get older, they're just done with it, or they're just, not interested for some reason. I mean, look, I'm still freaking sex hound, man. Like, I'll go all day and night. I'm ready, and I
Yeah.
wish I was doing it more. I would probably lose my belly that I'm gaining. But at the end of the day, it's like, I take care of your women, guys, man. Here's the thing, like, and some of them might not care. So maybe some of them might be banging young chicks, and they don't, you know what I mean, and they don't care.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't care about their wives, and maybe they're
Uh-huh.
just there because they don't want to divorce them and give them half their money. Who knows, man? Who knows? I don't know these people's lives. I want to know more information. Like, that's fun. That's awesome. All right, you're banging a bunch of older women, and that's cool. But like, give me some backstory, right, man?
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
I keep
are you a
asking for that.
gigolo?
I'm just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, I'm bagging all the 50, 60-year women. Love to just hook up, be themselves, and get away. Hey, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, so I think that,
That was
yeah.
good. I'm impressed.
Thank you, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I listen again. I think that it's great. You're sexually active. You're giving older women a good time, but maybe find the ones that are not, attached. Because you know what? It's just do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what is it? Maybe he feels that it's more exciting because he doesn't want, because he feels like, oh well, what happens if we get caught? But
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean? Maybe that's because some people have people have that as a kink.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. That adrenaline rush that they need. Totally.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, banging, in the 50s and 60s. I'm down with that. You know what I mean? I don't care if they're older, younger. If I was single, I'd be banging everyone. Shit, like, age is just a number. You know what I mean? Like, I used to know, what do you call it? I used to know a woman who was in her mid 60s, and what do you call it? And when I was a lot younger, and and man, we had romps like nobody's business. You know what I'm saying? And oh
Really?
man, oh god, yeah, like craziness. And she was very attractive, and and she knew what she was doing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so like for me, and you talk, I mean, this is years ago, way before my wife. Like,
Right.
so it was like one of these things where it's like I don't, it's not like I'm thinking about this woman, but I remember, like, yeah, this one she was, 60 something, and beautiful woman, and I remember it was like she did twisty things and whatnot, and I was like, hey, look, there's hope.
Yeah.
But
Man,
for
that
real,
makes
like,
me excited. I hope I'm like that whenever I'm in my 60s.
it's all about the people individually. You know what I mean? It's like when you let it go and you give it up, that's when you've given it up. You know what I mean? You don't
Yeah.
have to give it up just because you're getting older. Your age is just a number. You know what I mean? So if you keep up with everything, you're doing things and you're staying active and you're staying sexually active and you're trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna stay with you. It's when you stop and you let everything go, that's when you're gonna have the issue. Some people they don't, they don't sometimes that sex isn't a big thing. For me, sex is a big thing. I
Yeah.
need to have sex in my relationship,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, there's that's just a piece of it. I also need
Right.
intimacy. I also need, what I mean, attention. I also need, what do you call it, conversation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a whole
Yeah.
lot that goes along with that.
It's a piece of the
But
puzzle.
anyways, yeah. But yeah, man, 50s, 60s, shit. Who
Man, I have some
cares?
stuff to
As
look
long as
forward to.
That's what I'm talking about. Look,
Yeah.
and your libido's it's funny because men drop at towards that age and women are more peaked at that age. You know what I mean? Like women like 30s into the 40s, 50s, they start peaking a little bit more and the men unpeak. Men are at their peak in their 20s.
Oh my
So
God.
it's like, anyways.
My
It
husband didn't
is
get that memo. That
ah!
man. He just I'm like, he will just go and 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 go. And I'm like, dude, I'm tired.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
want to
get.
go to bed.
That's what my wife says. Yeah, she's like, all right, just make it quick. No, I don't want to make it quick.
It's
God
so
damn
funny.
it.
You and my husband sound very similar, and me and your wife sound very similar.
I know. It's funny. I interviewed the other day. They were like, "What do you call it?" I was like, "Yeah, Dayna and I have known each other now for a while. Now we're working with each other, and it's really good, and we have great chemistry." I said, and what do you call it? I said, "It's great that she has a very a great husband and who's understanding." I said the same thing with my wife, and especially with the stuff that we talk about.
Right.
I said, but we're on separate coasts. I said, so when we all meet in person, it's gonna be fun. I said because we're all gonna get along really well.
I can't wait for that to happen. I can't. That'll be my next vacation.
There you go. You're better off coming to New York or us going to San Diego. So all right. So where are we? So you're next, or was
Yes.
okay?
This
Okay.
one says, I found my best friend's husband on a dating app. I didn't tell her though, because I know she's screwing a guy she works with.
Oh my God. Oh freaking hell. These people. These
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
It's always, why is it all about freaking cheating all the time?
I don't
Okay.
know.
Fair enough. But and here it is. You saw the husband on the dating app. She's banging some guy at work. The chances are, and I could be wrong, but chances are they actually might have an arrangement. You know what I mean? So you know what I
That's
mean?
possible.
Like that is possible. And here it is, like would you tell? Would you tell your friend? Like
If
that's the
I
thing.
saw my friend's husband on a dating app, I would be screenshotting that bitch. I'd be calling her. He's like, oh yeah. And then I'd be figuring out a way to like trap him into replying to me on the dating site. And
wait a minute,
you know,
Dayna, what are you doing on a dating site?
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We need to have a conversation, young lady.
You have some stain.
Very nice. All right, there we go. No, but it's true. Like, all right, well, chances are, the way that sounds, if this is all going on, they might have an arrangement, or they might not care, or maybe they know, and that's why they're both doing it.
Yeah, maybe he found out about her banging the dude at work, and he was like, well, let me see if I can get me a piece. I'm just going to join this Tinder app real quick.
Too bad everybody swiped left.
Yeah.
Except her friend. What? Oh my God. That is funny. I watched with Danielle last night or 2 nights ago. I don't remember. Each day seems to be mumbling into each other. Like I don't remember when I actually had a little bit of time to sit and watch something. Had to be within the last couple of days though, because I had a little bit of time. A simple favor. Did you see that movie?
No.
Simple Favor. What do you call it? Was crap, Blake Lively and who's the one from Pitch Perfect? Anna Kendrick.
Oh, I'm lying. I did see that one.
What? That movie is like everything that is being not everything, but there's so much involved in here. Except that one had murder, and we say no murder in Dirty Little Secrets.
No murder here.
We don't want to know about that. No. But it's crazy, right? So in that movie, I don't want to spoiler alert to anybody who's paying attention, but like, she faked her own death because she killed her sister. What do you call it? But then what do you call it? Like, she's playing dead, and the husband, or the now widowed husband, is banging her best friend, who they're not. I mean, they've only known each other for 2 weeks. How are you best friends after 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Anyway.
That means we share husbands, right?
Well, listen, if they're not bad looking, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Both of those women are beautiful. That is true, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. So where are we? Are we done with this one?
Yep. Go for it.
Okay. All right. I gave up my dreams when I met my husband, and now I hate him for it. Oh, that was depressing.
That is depressing.
That was so depressing.
That's so
I'm
sad.
so sorry. Oh, my Lord. Oh, crap. Listen, we're sorry for that. We're sorry that you gave up your dreams. Here's my question, though. What are your dreams?
Yeah.
Our dreams, aspirations, they only go away, sweetheart, if you let them go away. So all you got to do is go back to them. Listen, just because you're with him, unless your dreams are to be some kind of like, female prostitute, and you know what I mean, that your husband doesn't necessarily want that, or you want to, hit the world record for the biggest orgy, you know what I mean, or gangbang. Like, and maybe he's just not down with that. Like, and that's okay. I can appreciate that. But if your dream was to become an actress or a model or this or that, Jesus Christ, it's never too late, right?
It's not too late. And I love to see those things, because you see it all the time, especially now in the social media world. The most beautiful woman that has what is it, like the birthmarks all over her, and she's like this supermodel now. And then there's like plus sized women that are like making big splashes in modeling industries. And there's like so many things. There's women that go on The Voice when they're 55 years old and like kill it. Like, there's so much potential for people to go out there and get themselves seen, and to really like follow through on their dreams, even if they thought the boat sailed years ago.
Absolutely. So, we're your cheering squad right here. All right.
Yeah.
So cheering squad for you. What do you call it? Oh, wait, it might be a male, maybe a husband. I assumed that it was a female.
That's true. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but whether you're a male or a female doesn't make a difference. Whatever you are, at the end of the day, hopefully you will, find your dreams and kind of catch up on it. And again, like, forget it. Don't hate him. Unless he made you, unless he stopped you from doing something, then that's a different animal. And I can just understand why you would have a little bit of an issue. But look, it's never too late. And if you're unhappy, then end the relationship, right?
Yeah. Maybe join TikTok. People are getting discovered on TikTok left and right now.
I don't even understand. I listen. I'm just TikTok. Yeah. All right. You're next, right?
Yeah, let's do one more. It says, I once had a threesome with a mate and his wife while we were drunk one night. After we all fell asleep, I woke up to his wife giving me a blowjob. She begged me not to tell my friend because she rarely had orgasms with him. Should I tell him we fucked that night while he was asleep, or let that go and forget about it?
Oof. Is that a question? Wow. All right. Well, so you guys opened up. Listen, if they opened up the door, there are lines of respect there. I guess.
It
I don't.
sounds like
I
they
would
were
never
all
be in that
three
position.
in the same bed too. Like, are we doing this while he's sleeping next to you?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, wow. Okay. Should we tell him that we fucked that night while he was asleep? Yeah, or let that go and forget about it? Well, I mean, if you guys were all involved in this one big thing, I guess then it goes under the line of, well, you guys were still doing it.
Yeah.
And that was that same night. Then I guess it was, he passed out, so he doesn't get any more treats.
I kind of agree with you on that. I mean, I know it's a little bit, not a little bit, it's a lie for sure. But if you're not still doing it and like he already gave you permission to bang his wife that night, maybe just forget about this one and move on with your life, but don't be the dude that does it again. Don't be
Yeah, no.
now you're being a dick. Like that
Yeah.
was a mistake, it sounds like maybe, but don't be the dude that keeps it up and keeps going for it. Like that's
Yeah, no.
when you cross the line and is wrong.
I just find it odd that listen, I just don't understand how people bring people in like that.
Yeah.
I know people that do that, you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? I've said, why, but some people just like to have their cake and eat it too. You know what I mean? I have
Yeah.
a friend that's in town right now, who what do you call it in in the UK, and what do you call it, and the girl brings the other girls home to them, and it's like, here, eat your pie. You know what I mean? What flavor would you like this week? Apple,
Yeah.
cherry, pumpkin, what do you need? You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
and then there's what do you call it? Then there's and then while he's here, he's doing whatever he's doing, and she doesn't care. But I just I don't I don't see how that works. To each their own.
Yeah, it takes all kinds, right?
But if they said okay, first of all, I mean, it was somebody that they knew. So
Mhm.
now this person's always somewhat around. How awkward is that? Like unless they're planning on continuing it. If they're continuing it, then that's a different animal altogether too. You know what I mean? Then you guys do your thing. Like that's I just what else am I going to say about that?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna intrude on their personal things. What do you think, Day? I mean,
I think that you should just forget about this one, but if you're continuing it, then that's a different conversation that needs to be had.
yeah. Well, listen. At the end of the day, what you might want to do is have a conversation and maybe teach him how to give his own wife an orgasm, because
Oh, a good
that
friend would
might.
give him a lesson.
Well, look. I mean, look. Maybe that's why he was there. Maybe they wanted him there to see how to get her off. I don't know, man.
That's
I
a
don't know.
possibility.
I don't know.
That's
I
so
just think
funny.
how do you have that? How does that conversation even happen? Like, so I was thinking about bringing Mac over, and he's gonna help me pump you up. Like, what the hell, man? Like, seriously? And she's just like, wee.
Yeah. Well,
I
apparently she was like, "Whee!" because she got her first
apparently.
orgasm in 7 years.
Wow, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I mean, look, it never hurts to wake up and getting a blowjob. I mean, hey, that's awesome sauce right there. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that it was still legal for what was going on at the time. It was still on the same night, so he passed out. That's his own fault. What do you call it? I hate to
Yeah,
say it
you
like
found
that.
a loophole. You got a
Yeah,
loophole.
that was a loophole. You
Say
found a
thank you,
unicorn right there.
loophole, and then
There
move
you
on
go.
with your life.
End of story. End of story. What do you call it? That's about all the time we have, guys.
Yeah.
What do you call it? I guess, as always, make sure you rate, review, subscribe, hit us up on all the social media. And again, Dayna, you want to tell them about our one rule of Dirty Little Secrets Club one more time?
Yeah, guys, the first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club. And you can go ahead and do that by going to the dirtylittlesecretsclub.com, and you can submit your secrets anonymously.
Anonymously, we love it. We want to hear it. We want to talk about it. And give us a little more meat. That's all I got to say. I'm not the penis kind. I'm talking about meat, meaning more information to have to do with your stories. You dirty people out there. Anyway, we'll be seeing you again next week. Thanks again, and welcome to the club.
You think we want something from you, you got another thing coming.